What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started, guys, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. I cover everything Star Wars. I also cover some Marvel stuff and some, gaming, nerdom, stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. So I'll be getting some DMs and a couple of comments on my Instagram posts and stuff like that. I've been seeing about Marcia Lucas. Also on Twitter, it's blowing up. Apparently she made some comments about the sequel trilogy, and I'm gonna give my opinion on what she had to say. In this recent book, she was interviewed basically and given her thoughts on the sequel trilogy. It's called The Producer's Life by Howard. I can't pronounce that last name. I apologize. This is what she had to say. We're gonna read it and I'll give my thoughts. I like Kathleen. I always liked her. Marcia Lucas says in Rinsler's book, she was full of beans. She was really smart and really bright. Really wonderful woman. And I liked her husband, Frank. I liked them a lot. Now that she's running Lucasfilm and making movies, it seems to me that Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams don't have a clue about Star Wars. They don't get it. Now, it's kind of an opinion. Obviously, this is all opinion, fair warning, whatever side you are on. I've made videos before in the past, obviously, about J.J. and Kathleen Kennedy and their direction, that there was no plan when it came to the sequel trilogy, and it's apparent, and JJ even said it himself. I made a video about that as well. They don't get it. JJ Abrams is writing these stories. When I saw that movie where they kill Han Solo, I was furious. I was furious when they killed Han Solo. Absolutely, positively, there was no rhyme or reason to it. I thought you don't get the Jedi story, you don't get the magic of Star Wars, you're getting rid of Han Solo. So if you want my opinion on the whole Han Solo thing, me personally, I did not mind Han Solo dying. And I think it kind of meant, because Kylo Ren is my favorite character in the sequel trilogy. I think he's the best thing to come out of the sequel trilogy. But obviously other things she had to say later on I do agree with. So I kind of disagree and agree with her in some things. So let's continue reading. Rinsler, a former executive editor at Lucasfilm, interviewed Lucas in between the releases of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Lucas also railed against the decision to kill Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. They have Luke disintegrated, Lucas says. They killed Han Solo, they killed Luke Skywalker, and they don't have a Princess Leia anymore. And they're spitting out movies every year, and they think it's important to appeal to a women's audience, so now their main character is this female who's supposed to have Jedi powers, but we don't know how she got it, the Jedi powers, or who she is. It sucks. Are terrible, just terrible, awful. Quote me, JJ Kathleen Kennedy talk to me. So that, in short, is exactly what she said about it. First of all, obviously this is about the sequels, so I'm going to give my opinion on the sequels. One, I don't think it's all bad. I don't. But a lot of it is. A lot of issues. First of all, Luke dying, I thought that was also unnecessary. I don't know why that was something they needed to do. It doesn't make sense to me, that being a thing. I mean, or just the way they did it. Han makes more sense than Luke, in my opinion. And yeah, and everything to do with Rey. First of all, Rey. I think Daisy Ridley did everything in her power to do a great job acting. And I think she did a great acting job. But the script for Rey and everything around Rey was fucking garbage. It just was. She makes no sense. We get no training. We get nothing. You know what I mean? I don't care if she's strong with the Force. Like, that doesn't matter. She needs to be trained in order to beat, a Kylo Ren or all this other stuff, or Palpatine. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, she beat Palpatine. You know what I mean? Like, where was her training to do that? Where Palpatine kills 5 fucking Jedi Masters in their prime, by the way. You know what I mean? During the Clone Wars. And it's just, and yeah. And I don't like it, I agree. I feel like, I don't know who, here's the thing. I don't know who to blame more, honestly. I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around, of course, but I don't know. I feel like Kathleen Kennedy had a huge part in it, but I also think, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know how much creative control was given to like JJ and Rian Johnson especially. I just don't. I just don't. Either there was too much control or none at all, and that's what happened. And the thing is, you have to admit that with everything in the sequels, it was definitely a huge mess up on Star Wars' part. There was no continuity. There was no like fluidity in it. It was all over the place, in my opinion. But also saying that, I love some moments in the sequels. I do. There's some great moments for me. You know, me personally. And that's the thing at the end of the day, too. This is her opinion, and that's everyone else's opinion. You know what I mean? If whatever you like about Star Wars, that's what you should like about Star Wars. And just, you know, just if you like the sequels, you like the sequels. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? So that is my take on the whole Marcia Lucas and her comments on the whole thing about the sequels. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you like this video and you enjoyed my little my thoughts, then consider subscribing. You know, I post basically every day now. I didn't know I would be able to do this, but I basically post every day, and it's pretty nice. I like it. So if you're enjoying the content and stuff like that, subscribe. Other than that, guys, may the Force be with you always.